Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new video, and this time I want to give a response to the topic of the week started by Vince Venturella Narrative Gaming. You can find the link to the Vince Venturella video in the description below. And here I'm going to explain uh, about the narrative gaming on my games and also on my hobby. So let me start a little bit from my background. When I started gaming, I was really focusing just on the gaming part. I was just playing, try to find the best combination, try to find the strongest unit, and I really focused at the beginning. And I was talking when I was start playing on second, third, fourth edition. I was playing mainly uh, uh, focus on the game and just painting because I need the miniatures painted to game. But then there was a point that I was dedicating really a lot of time on painting, and I started enjoying more and more the painting and trying to make my own armies and trying to focus more on the painting part and the hobby. And I would say that as today, for me, the hobby, the painting part is maybe the part that is the most important. Of course, I like gaming and I like to play games. But recently, after reading the books and paying more attention to the black background of Warhammer 40K and the background of Age of Sigmar, I realized that there is a part that I also start enjoying a little bit more. Maybe not at the same level of the hobby, but it's the narrative part. I will say that I like narrative games. I played some of them where you have some objectives and where you want to evoke something, but most of my games are just going to the shop and trying to play with another. They don't have a lot of preparation, so this is a thing I think I will need to look forward how to do more narrative gaming, how to make a chain of games where the games influence to each other. I tried a couple of times, not work very well. Uh, and I will say that my games are more isolated games where I go there, we play a number of points, and that's all. But the thing I start doing more is try to give more personality to my army and try to imagine uh, what is the background of my forces. And by doing that, I also is for me it's a way also to think how I want to paint them, what is the iconography, what are who is each of my characters in the army. And this is what I'm showing that is because for a tournament at the end I couldn't play on that tournament. This was the list that I was trying to play in the uh, one of the schools. You will see that the list is not fully optimal list. The reason is because I play with the meters I I have painted, so I don't play with unpainted army miniatures, and normally I paint what I like, and I've been not painting Space Marines for a while, so I was not having all the maybe units that I wanted. But even in that case, I want to give some narrative to my army, and I was trying to make like a small codex that give a little bit more of personality to the army. So this is why I start first I put the first page where I explain the organization force, and then I lead the list of points. But I was trying to put all my units in yeah in different uh, pages. And the last thing I was trying to do here is, let me go one page up. So I try to write the history of my army. I try to write why this force is there. I try to give a little bit more of my background. And I will say this is the part, the narrative part that I'm trying to look more now. Try to imagine a little bit, try to spend a little bit of time just writing down the idea that goes through my head when I'm painting, trying to imagine what is this chapter about, why this chapter is what it is, who are they, and all this type of stuff. So really, I'll is a part that I start enjoying a little bit more and more and trying to give character to my armies. And if you go back, you will see that I try to put names to all my characters, and I will try to keep these names. And I put also names to the different units and to the different vehicles. In that way, I try to give a little bit more of personality. Even in the games, the casual games that I just have in the shop, on some games. Sometimes, if I have the opportunity to have a fight tete to tete, I will say, between the two main characters, I will go for that. Even sometimes it's not the most advantageous way to do it because it's some are these small moments, these small like narrative moments, epic moments that for me makes the battle more interesting, more memorable. Okay, so this is the part of the narrative. This is my response. So I don't play as many as narrative games as I would like to play, but I have to say that I try to give more and more background to my army. I try to give more and more fluff to my army and explain why my army is what it is. I start doing this for my Bretonian as well, and I try to organize also my Stormcast Eternals, and this is what I was trying to do. I try to give name to my army. I try to put a little bit of narrative to the characters, and I try to do all this stuff because I think the description I try to explain. So as you can see, I try to make like my own army books where the pictures are the miniatures of my army and where I can explain a little bit the background of my army. So this is my narrative side of the hobby, and I hope in future to be able to play more narrative games and to explore more and more this narrative part because I think it's one of the parts that a lot of time is overlooked and can give some awesome moments. That's all for me on the topic of the week. I hope you have enjoyed that. Please let me know what do you think. Give a like if you like it. Give a comment below. Share. And you always can go to the link I put in the description below to the Vince Venturella video where he's collecting all the videos about this topic if it is a topic that is interesting to you. That's all for now, as usual. Thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye.